So why does Ohio's Resident Educator Program put so much emphasis on Ohio's teacher standards? That's a good question. Let's start figuring this out by looking at a brief history of Ohio's standards. This document is page 5 of the Complete Educator Standards book, which includes more than just the teacher standards. Here we have a brief history of Ohio's standards, and to make it even more brief, I'm just going to touch on a few points. In 1997, it became law that our students have content standards. Then, in 2001, it became law that the state level tests that our students get must be tied to those standards. Also in 2001, it became law that Ohio needed to look into teacher standards. In 2004, the Educator Standards Board was created and tasked with creating educator standards. Here on the ODE website, we see that in 2005, we got the educator standards for teachers, and then standards for others followed. That includes standards for principals, superintendents, school treasurers, etc. Here are Ohio's standards for the teaching profession, the teacher standards. They're broken into 7 different standards, and I certainly am not going to go through those 7 in this video, but I want to show you how they've been broken apart as directly related to the Resident Educator Program. Here is the Year 1 focus list. Resident Educator Year 1 areas of focus, and in the left-hand column we see the various teacher standards that are the focus for Year 1. Here, same concept, Year 2 standards, and it's difficult to see how they flow together, so I created a list of all of the standards simply together but color-coded. And these numbers directly align to the numbers that you saw over here. 1.1 is 1.1, etc. Year 1 is in yellow, Year 2 is in blue, and any standards that are the focus for both years are in green. Again, I'm not going to go through this, but please realize that this is a resource that is available for you within our collection of online resources. Now, does this focus maintain itself on Ohio's teacher standards beyond the Resident Educator Program? Yes. Here is a little breakdown to help you understand how, and to help you understand why you should put some focus on these teacher standards now. This is the Ohio Continuum of Teacher Development. I'm going to scroll down a bit in it. It's available as one of our resources and of course on ODE's website. Here are the different licensure levels. So pre-licensure, think student teacher. Residency is the Resident Educator Program. Teaching is a listing for teachers who are working under a professional license. Teaching leading shows 2 prospective licenses that are levels of teacher leaders. Here are the Ohio standards for the teaching profession again. And here, broken down, 1.1, 1.2, etc., all the way through all 7 standards, we see where each level of teacher is expected by the state to be in relationship to that particular standard. Student teacher, resident educator, professional license, and the 2 levels of teacher leaders. And this goes all the way through. Again, we won't look at it on a line-by-line basis or anything, but please realize that the teacher standards aren't likely going to go away, and they are much more likely to become more and more integrated into everything from our professional development to our individual licenses as we progress through our careers. There is a separate set of professional development standards that I won't cover here, but they are also in the Educator Standards book, and as you progress out of your resident educator licenses, they become much more relevant to you within the scope of local professional development committees, LPDCs. Thank you.